Okay guys, just popped up the Westend plot. Not been here for a week because of the the car issues and that. Right, let's have a look round then. I've got a few plans lined up, so I'll chat you through them. Absolute waste of time with these giant marrows this year. Gonna need some new seed, I reckon. So that's a week. That's a week, and I'll tell you what, there might have been a little bit of green there, but these weeds have shot up. So I've got a bit to go in here. What do you call them? Overwintering brassicas and that. Look at that bindweed there, look. I don't bother digging it out, I just pull it off when I see it, and eventually it will go, as long as you don't let it grow too much. Like I said before, leeks, what a total waste of time with leeks this year. These ones, about there, yeah, the bigger ones, they are the ones I saved last year from pips. And they've bolted, and I'll be saving pips again this year, I expect. Oh, it's courgette there, I'll be taking that. Courgette's been okay. Two different types there, there's the zucchini and the ball courgette. Those ones were, they were free from Sutton Seeds because they featured one of my cooking videos in their blog. Brilliant. Look at this, look, I could do all this. I'll do it next week when the, yeah. Cabbage is doing okay here actually. That net's come off again, I gotta sort that out. You see that snails on the outside, look, trying to get through. Got to keep them clear. Beetroot, absolutely terrible this year. Don't know what it is up here, they just didn't want to grow. Oh, okay. In general, they didn't want to grow. Cosmos likes growing every blooming where. Brussels in here, got a little bit of pest damage, but I'll sort that out. And some more red drum head in there. Now, as long as the heads stay okay, I'll be all right. A blooming snail in there, look. These are the parsnips that were grown from plugs. Can't do that, everyone said. They look all right as long as they're, well, they've grown, whether they're... But surely, yeah, they're quite big down there. Yeah, so they'll be coming out soon. Oh, I'll tell you what, I may leave these to get a good frost in. Right, this bed is vacant, and those borage, that's borage, that has come up in a week. Now I'm glad I let it, I'm glad of that, because if those seeds hadn't germinated, then I'd just be tickling the surface and putting the seeds back underground, you know. Bit more bindweed. I'm not doing much up here today, I just come for a look around, like I said. Yeah. Right, next bed. This is where the Ruth Stout type potatoes were. Absolutely shocking, waste of time. Not doing that again. And they were followed by butternut squash, which have come to absolutely nothing. And look at this borage. I don't know. I'll get some of that off in a minute. Brussels there. These are Rigoletto cabbage. They're nice, they're one of my favourites actually. I prefer Savoy cabbage to all the others. Right, down the bottom, see, it's a right blooming mess. Rhubarb. Now this rhubarb was here when I came, and it's doing all right. I'm not going to touch it. In fact, I tried to dig it up 2 years ago to split it. Broke the handle of my spade. These soft fruit bushes, red, white and black currants. Yeah, they haven't done nothing. I can't understand it. You know, it's not like the soil's infertile or anything. Like that bed, all these, where are we? Let's get up here a minute. The wooden sides are going to come off the rest of the beds probably this winter. We'll see how it goes. I need to maximise my use of space, so this is my idea, look. Now I don't want to do too much down the bottom end here, because this is the public footpath. down there and all the way up there. A bit overgrown, but that's the footpath. So what I'm thinking, now I don't know how this come to me, it just suddenly come into my head. This is a waste of space. That's all the old bits of wood from the raised beds I've taken apart. I'm not going to move the rhubarb like I just said. So the thought is that compost bin there is going to come here. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, a lot of other people, they've put, you know, pallet collars and that sort of thing down there to sort of delineate their plot, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to do it with compost bays, compost bins. That should be all right, actually, yeah. Yeah, let me show you these compost bins. They're quite good. All right, it's falling over a little bit because that's, yeah, because of the pressure inside, I expect. But anyway, I like these because, unlike normal compost bins, the wood at the front is slatted at an angle. So when you come to dig your compost out, all you've got to do is take out the relevant pieces of wood like that. See? Hard to do with one hand, but there you are. Yeah, so I'll put the other one next to that. Brilliant, good idea. Another squash not growing, doing anything. I don't know what it is this year. It's got to be the weather, because they've grown before. This yarrow, it's got to go. Love it to bits, love it. Pollinators love it. Pests love it, insects love it, everything loves it. It's got to go, it's just too big. I mean, this was cut back 3 times this year, and look, it's over that bed, it's over the little bit of a path that I've got there. Right, the other thing I've got to do, this area here, this used to be where I'd like put my little seat up and that sort of thing and have a sit down when I was doing a lot of work. Do I need a bit of an area for relaxing in? I don't think I do. The compost bay be gone. Move that little tool bin down to, say, here. So we've got a narrow footpath, a narrow path. The other bin, on top here now, I've got loads of compost to go in. The other bin is just full of, like netting and things, hose. Do I need that? No, I don't. So that can be binned. The storage bin can be binned. And that'll be more room for when I take these pallet collars off and make these beds come down here, and then they can come all the way to about here. So that's the plan anyway. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'll tell you what's weird up here. There's some people have got a very, very good crop of runner beans. In fact, nearly every one I look at, yeah, they're all doing well. Look at that lot up there. A quick bit of hoeing. That compost, what that is, that's all tomato cuttings and potato toppings and loads of shredded paper. So I'll put that in the compost bin down there with the one that's going to be staying. And just have a quick rake around, quick hoe around, and then get on my way. Oh yeah, that's it. Well, there we are then. Quick chop and drop over the whole plot. Well, sorry, over all the beds. Just leave the weeds where they lie, and as they rot down, I'll see any new ones coming up. Yeah. Okay, guys, I finally got round to prepping the Oishi. Is it Oishi pink or is it Oishi pink? Anyway, the pink tomatoes from Leanne. Finally got round to processing the seeds. Now, these have been in here for a week now, and they are well fermented. And I tell you what, the pen and ink coming off that, the stink coming off that is horrible. So that's going to do them, and same as I did the last one on the video. So hopefully we'll have some Oishi pink seeds for next year. Just a quick one, guys. You know that sometimes tomatoes split after you've picked them and you've washed them. Same true with carrots. You probably know this anyway, but here's one. I've left it a day late, so it's shriveling a little bit now. And I washed it straight away, and honestly, within seconds, I could see it splitting open like that. You can actually see the skin, the outer skin, splitting and getting wider and wider. Weird, isn't it? It's like an alien. Put another eye there, look. Right, alright guys, I'm at the leaf and ground plot today, and I've brought my true potato seed plants up to tip out. Now I could have done this at home, and I'm doing it here because I want to use the compost in buckets for something else I'll tell you about in a minute. So let's tip a few out and see what we got. I'm pretty sure that one of these, and I think it's this one, is no good at all because nothing grew. No foliage whatsoever, so let's do this one first. Be careful not to get it in the water butt. Yeah, nothing in there. Okay, when I said nothing, there were 3 little tiny ones. I'm not even going to bother saving those. I'll let some wildlife eat them. I've just realised that that bag was the one that had the small plant with the little tubers on. It never came to anything. Okay, number 2. Now this one has got the remnants of a hole on it, so I'm going to be more careful to tip it out this time. Let's turn that way. The tray's a bit small really, but nice compost. What is it? I can see a bit of red. Oh, we have a potato. Two potatoes. Now looking at those, the colour of them, I'd say they're some sort of Sarpo or Sarpo Mira, because that's what I grew last year. And stupidly, what I didn't do, I didn't save each true potato seed pod separately. I mixed them all together, so there could be anything in this, well, I mean, you got to ask yourself, was that worth doing, you know? Right, so let's get rid of this. It'll make it right messy. Okay, a bit more hopeful for this one because it's got something growing, and I'm pretty sure I cut this off because there's a piece of the old one. So let's take that and put that somewhere. Stone off the driveway. Alright, that's what we got. Not very successful, Steve-o. I'll show you something in a second. Yeah, let's save that then. You probably can't tell by the colour, but already you can see a difference. That's like red and they're pinkish. I'm going least foliage to most foliage, so hopefully they'll get better as we go on. And there we are, we got red ones again. Another one. Well, that's it in there, guys. Not very good, is it? Huh. You ever get the feeling you've wasted your time? Ooh. Now, you'd hope there's something in there, wouldn't you? And there is. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. That's more like it. Right, let's do that over there. Little tiny ones, mine. They're not very, not much to them. And again, that's it. Nothing. I'm going to leave that in there because I need that in a minute. So here we are then, 5 buckets, if you like, 5 planters of true potato seed. I'm probably not going to bother with that in the future. Yeah, I'll try a couple. I think, you know, if you look at that, they're all different, you know, varieties, or, I mean, look, that's a, let's say variegated. They're red and they're pink, so they're all different buckets, look. Even white one there. So it just goes to show, unless you cross properly, you get anything. Okay then, the reason I want to tip those out today was I want to use the buckets and bags for these Kondor that have been in my greenhouse or in the fridge since this time last year. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick the best of these. There's more at home, but these are the best of the best. Ooh. They're all shriveled up. I'll bring you in, I'll zoom you in. There we are then, loads of squidgy, soft, chitting Kondors. Now what I'm going to do, and this is thanks to Allotmental, go and check out his channel. I'm going to cut a few of these up and grow them over winter. So hopefully they'll shoot. And I'm going to grow them in the greenhouse over winter to try and get a decent sized one next year. And believe it or not, these little ones are better than the big ones. Look, I mean, look at the number of shoots on that. I'm going to put that in a bucket on its own, that one. That one I'll probably cut into 2. That one I'll just use, anyway, I'll work it out in a minute. Oh, that's a nice one, that's a nice one. This one I just brought up to show you. We'll see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got 4 or 5 buckets. So let's see how we get on, eh? I'll do the cutting up as I go along, I think. In fact, let's start with that one. Let's plant that one whole. And we got a bag here ready. Oh. I'm going to go and get a trowel so I can get it in deep. There we are. All I'm going to do with this one is just put it straight in the centre. Almost touching the bottom. Yeah, that's easy enough. Yeah, right down. If I need to, I'll top it up with more compost. It's about 3 inches from the top. And what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to leave these on the plot for now. 2 reasons. I've got no room in the greenhouse and they're open to the elements a bit here and it's not quite cold enough to take them indoors yet anyway. So, okay, that's that one done. Right, I'm going to do one more whole potato, if you know what I mean. I can't tell you what. That's got to be a good candidate, hasn't it? Some are green, some are sort of purple, some are... Yeah, and there's loads of them. So I'm going to do that one as a whole one. That'd be that. Let's get a bucket up for that. No fertiliser in here just yet. I don't want them to spurt into life, if you know what I mean. I want them to grow slowly. So it's going to use whatever's in the compost already, which was potato fertiliser a while back. And then hopefully, if they're growing in spring, give them a boost, eh? That should do it. Right. I'm trying to work out. Right, that's better. Oh dear. God, it's big, isn't it? There we are, it's right down there. Oh, there we are, look, quite deep. And I'll just cover that over now. Right, I'm going to cut that one to 1 eye. Still pretty fresh inside mine. I'm not going to let it seal because I ain't got time. And let's find another one. That's a big one. That's not bad, but it's going to be hard separating those two. So that one. Oh, there we are. That one there. There we are. So we've got two. As deep as possible. Right, matey. See you in spring, hopefully. Here we are then. That's it then, guys. 4 buckets of overwintering Kondor, which I hope will work, because I'll tell you, they have been absolutely rubbish this year. It's a funny spud, Kondor. I mean, this is probably why the suppliers are having trouble. You know, one year you can get them, another year you can't, next year you can't, and then another year you can. I think they're just such an unreliable crop. But the trouble is, everyone wants them because they grow so big, even if it's just for eating or for competitions, but they do taste good, you know? But you've got to question, is it worth the blooming effort? I don't know if it's worth saving. I mean, that potato was over a kilogram when it started. Mind you, that's still best part of half a kilo. That's a hell of a weight to it. Yeah, someone's shouting at somebody. Oh, right. I think that's me. I've got to go and pick some sweet corn, and that's me on my way. So I'll clean up round here first. All right, guys, back home now. Yeah, I've been having to think about these true potato seeds, and going back over the video as I'm editing it, there are 3 distinct types in here. So what I'm going to save one of each. I mean, that one, that's red with white spots on the eyes, and they've all come from different buckets, you know what I mean? So this one's got a little bit of scab, so I'll be careful with that one. Yeah, that's red. No, yeah, right, that's a white one, so I'm going to save that. No, I'll save that one. That's white with a little bit of pink blushing on it. And I want a red one really, but I want one that's going to be, it's got an eye on it. That's a bit manky. Then again, see, that's red and that's both, so I could be talking out my arse here, you know. Yeah. So I do know that these were gathered from different potatoes, so I don't expect they're going to be all the same anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, I just saved these 2, I reckon, because they're quite distinct. See them like that? Reddish and whitish. So I'll save those 2. I'll mark those up, keep them in the fridge. I'm not going to bother eating these, they're far too small and whatever. And sadly, the rest of these Kondor, you see them all there, they're going to go in the bin or compost. Yeah, they'll put in the compost, they'll grow, won't they? And I won't know what they are. Oh, they've done me well. I've had good ones from last year, and some mediocre results this year. I've got one more tip out to do, which I'm confident of. So that's them. They're going in the compost. So they're going to council compost, that's what I'll do with them. They're going in the compost. And I've got a few more Oishi pink to do. Now, start off with, I called them Oishi. Yeah, Oishi. I can't remember what I called them. To start off with, when back in the day, I called them Oishi pink. That's it. But I was watching a video on Amazon Prime. And when you pause on Amazon Prime, because I've paused it to go for and when you pause it, the little bar comes at the bottom, and it tells you the actors on the screen at the time. And all the way through the film, this martial arts bloke called Oishi, and it said Oishi. I'll tell you what it was. It was 47 Ronin. That's what it was. He was called Oishi. And at the bottom, just as I stood up, I saw the spelling, and it was the same as Oishi pink. So these are now Oishi, as in O-I-S-H-I. Japanese Oishi. So there we are, Oishi pink. If you haven't seen it, good film. 47 Ronin, good film. A lot of morality and humanity in it. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Look after yourselves, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.